Hello, this is Scott. I wanted to do a short video on why we wrote this book and why you should invest in it. First, there are tons of how-to books available on AI, data science, and analytics, and this is not one of those books. This is not a how-to book. We present a book of the entire landscape, not just a tree. So this is really kind of like a survey class. It's kind of an analytics data science 101, if you will, and it's from a curated source. It's not some sales spiel, white paper, or blog. So why should you read the book? Well, businesses and careers are being crippled by myopia, short-sightedness. You know, imagine being called a medical doctor and really only knowing how to diagnose and treat one disease. That's what a lot of data scientists are coming out with, these one at a time pieces of how to treat one little narrow space. And your career is going to require some basic knowledge of analytics, regardless of what career field you're actually in. So I want to keep this brief, but in a few highlights from the book. First, this book is part of a three-part series, and each book has very specific goals, but let's look at a few goals and objectives for book number one. And so again, there's many, but let me just highlight just a few. So the first one is data literacy and getting people to speak the same language. Casey Panetta from Gartner threw out a great quote that we love. It's actually in the book. So imagine an organization where the marketing department speaks French, the product design department speaks German, the analytics team speaks Spanish, and no one speaks a second language. That's essentially how a data-driven business functions when there is no data literacy. So it's very important to get people on the same page and speak the same language. The second point is to separate the hype from reality. So don't get suckered, right? So there are new terms popping up all the time, replacement of terms, essentially the same thing, you know, with some cool name, some new jazz, and, you know, reinvention of terms like AI and machine learning, like they're new concepts when they've been around for 50 years. And so, I get it. Marketers, they have to separate their products from everyone else. They've got to create buzz and new terminology and more. But that doesn't help professionals that need to know the differences. And, you know, technologists, they only want to speak the latest buzz, but that doesn't help you. You need to understand the differences of the hyperbole versus reality. And so, you know, you're worth a trusted, curated source, right? So web searches are great. Sometimes, at least, if you know what you're wanting to look for, what the right thing is to look for, and the right terms and the right source that you're actually going to get. But the internet's big and messy. So, you know, where do you even start? And what should you cover? And do you really trust that blog, that expert writing a piece on LinkedIn? Do you want that narrow opinion, or would you rather have our vetted source? So another thing that we do is we answer the questions that you should be asking, like what is the difference between AI and machine learning? Do we need stats anymore now that we have AI? Is small data still alive in the age of big data? When is visual BI better than statistics? Can I take predictive analytics models that I've created and then turn them around into a prescriptive analytics model? You know, basic questions. What is data science in the first place? How does it differ from AI? What is optimization? Where does it fit? Operations research, and really so much more. And then the last point being back again. So you don't want to, you know, again, there's a lot of great books on how to on the market right now. This is not that. You don't want to learn just how to diagnose and treat one disease. You want to know the physiology and the anatomy of the entire body. So with that, you know, we did our best. Let me show you very quickly. if you go in, if you're on Amazon, that's where I'm going to post this video. If you're on Amazon and you go through, you can look at the table of contents, which I'm talking about right now. Building blocks of a successful program, and again, the hype and the reality. You know, all the different roles, some fundamentals, process, data, models. And this is written at a very accessible level. We try to break it up. We try to offer anecdotes. You know, everything isn't self-contained. So we want the reader to have an enjoyable experience. You're not going to find any 10-page chapter divisions in this book. We try to keep it short and to the point, and at a high level. So the preamble of why it's all analytics, BI versus visual BI, machine learning, data mining, AI, how it differs from machine learning, what is data science, bigger data, little data, cloud, and other data, statistics, causation, prescriptive analytics, and then other disciplines to dive down deeper into management science, computer science, operations research, engineering, etc. So with that, I hope that you'll join us. By the way, I'm launching a YouTube series as well on this, and a series of videos. These aren't meant to be polished. They're not going to be stellar with no flaws. I'll just speak to you about what's in the book, and hopefully you can learn with me. So anyway, with that, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you'll get the book. Thanks.